Hello. In this video, you'll learn how to make line graphs. In my view, line graphs are the most important visual tool in business. They are the key tool because managers want information about trends. For example, line graphs show if sales are trending up or down over time. Line graphs can also show if the trend in productivity is rising, falling, or not changing. Need to know about trends in raw material prices, labor, or other costs? A line graph is the fastest way to see it. Line graphs are easy to make in Excel. We'll pretend again to work for Questrom Bakeries, one of the world's best cookie makers. In this video, we're working on a new file, Questrom Bakeries Financials. And this has revenue and costs for 21 weeks of operations. The first column is the date. The second column has revenue, which is how much money the company received from selling its cookies. The last column shows how much it costs to make the cookies. To graph revenue, put the cursor in cell B1 and highlight down to cell B22. Then pick Insert in the top-level menu. Line graphs are the entry between columns and pie graphs. Let's pick one of the 2D line graph choices. Some of the selections do not have markers for actual points along the line, while others have markers. Students often ask me, which chart should I pick? The answer is simple. If you're trying to give an impression, skip the markers. If you want viewers to determine the actual values, always put markers in. For our first example, let's go with an impression. So skip the markers and pick the choice in the top left corner. On some versions of Excel, the graph that shows up has both the title revenue on the top and the legend revenue on the side. One of them has to go because repeating gets boring. Repeating gets boring. Repeating gets boring. I think you get the idea. The graph shows very strong revenue growth for Questrom Bakeries. If sales keep going up, this looks like it might be a great investment opportunity, right? Let's do another line graph and find out. This time we want to graph both revenue and costs on the same figure. To do this, highlight the labels and data in the B and C column. Then pick Insert in the top-level menu. And this time when picking one of the 2D line graph choices, let's put markers on our lines. On some versions of Excel, a legend with the words revenue and cost will appear on the right side. The most common place for legends is at the bottom of graphs. To move the legend there, click once on the legend and then right-click the mouse. A new box will appear. In this box, select bottom for the legend position. This will automatically make the graph wider and move the words below the x-axis. The new graph shows we have an increasing trend in both revenue and costs. That's why so many managers love line graphs. The trends just jump out at you. What do you think? Is Questrom Bakeries still an investment opportunity? One of the key ideas in business is that you shouldn't focus just on revenue or just on costs. Instead, the focus is on profits, which is revenue minus costs. Before making any decision, let's see the trend in profits. To do this, put the cursor in cell D1 and type profits. Then in cell D2, type the formula shown on the screen and copy this formula down the column. Now let's highlight this new column of data and create another third line graph, this time without any markers. What does the line graph show? Profits have been negative almost the entire life of Questrom Bakeries. Starting around week 10, the profit trend was very negative. However, in week 19, the trend turned positive. Is this a great place to invest? I don't know. What I do know is profits matter, not revenue or costs by themselves. In this video, we went over creating line graphs. Why are line graphs important? Because they visually show trends. As a Wall Street trader, I know always chants, the trend is your friend. Whether or not this chant is true, for many managers, line graphs are your BFF, which stands for best friend forever. That's it for now. My name's Zargosky, and thanks for watching.